I love telling everybody how I'm getting free energy now thanks to my new solar system from Solar Alliance of America, my friend Artie Rose. Good to see you.
Hi, Mark. Thanks again for inviting me down.
Well, the thing that I found myself explaining to somebody yesterday, and this is the first time somebody asked me about this, they said, oh, is this one of those things where you lease the solar panels and so forth? And I said, no, why would you do that? Well, I was taking for granted what you and I have been talking about forever, about owning a system, but you run up against this.
There are a lot of companies here in San Diego that actually lease solar systems, and I looked into it because my goal, Mark, is to offer homeowners the best value for their money. So if I thought leasing was a better program for the homeowner, I'd be glad to offer it, but it turns out the real benefit is to the companies that are selling the lease programs.
Okay, so with my system, okay, you came out, you determined the size system I needed, we agreed on it. The government sent me money back on my taxes. The state sent me money. Where does that money go if you lease a system?
Well, it goes to the company. So what happens is, in a nutshell, is the company that's leasing you the system takes the incentive from the federal government and the state program. Of course, there's normally a down payment, and it's 20 years of payments. And the worst part is that you're still buying electricity. And over time, there's what they call an escalation clause. Every lease I've looked at, there's an escalation clause so that over time, the cost of the electricity you're buying from the company goes up.
So I'm not quite sure how somebody doing a lease program would convince the homeowner that's a better thing to do than buying the system. But apparently people are doing that.
Well, let me share with you how it's done.
Okay.
First of all, most people think that solar energy, the initial investment is extremely high and the payments or the payback is very, very long. So let's just say a leasing company comes in and says, we have an answer. First of all, there is no initial investment or very low initial investment, and the monthly payments or the monthly investments are extremely low. And here's why. 50% or up to 50% of the cost of the system is being paid for by the federal and the state government. So basically what people are doing in a nutshell, Mark, is they're financing the balance over 20 years. Some problems with a lease system, of course, is if you ever try to sell your house.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, would the buyer have to assume the lease?
Has to qualify, yeah. And with a program that we've developed, and I spent years developing our program, we call it the Solar Stimulus Program. It's very, very unique. It's been rated the #1 program in the country. There is no down payment with our program, and you own the system. Most importantly, we offer people 18 months with no payments and no interest. And there's low monthly payments at the conclusion of the 18 months, but most importantly, Mark, it's free electricity. With a lease system, you're buying the electricity. Now,
the low monthly payments that you're referring to, and I hate to jump in here, but since I bought the system from you, and I seem to understand it so well now, and I'm so excited about it, I'm paying less as I'm paying off the system than I was paying for electricity when I was paying my bill to SDG&E. I'm just redirecting the same money I was sending to SDG&E and paying off the system. And I don't know where this 20-year leasing thing comes in, because I've done the math. My system will be paid off in 4 to 6 years, and there'll never be more money going out than what I was already paying for electricity. In fact, less. I'm saving money each month and owning a system. It's just that simple.
And you're building no equity. And most homeowners, when you talk to them, would you rather rent or own a home? Most people say own. Would you rather rent or own a car? You know, at the conclusion, eventually you're going to have equity. So that's the whole purpose. And our program, I mean, Mark, my personal feeling is the people whose utility bills are $150 and more, who do not own a solar system, have not spoken to Solar Alliance of America.
Again, we've talked about this over and over again. That I have not directed anybody your way that has not, within about 20 minutes, made the decision to buy a solar system. They all say, well, why wouldn't you do it? So here's the offer that we want to make to you folks. Artie will come out, or a representative from Solar Alliance of America, and explain to you the July 4th special that they've got going on. And I would be very surprised if you didn't take advantage of it. But again, it's totally up to you. There's no pressure whatsoever. But just kind of tell them in general terms what this involves.
Well, the 4th of July special is we pay for the sales tax, we pay the permit fees, and as I mentioned earlier, there is no down payments, there's no monthly investments for 18 months, And what either myself or one of our representatives does, Mark, is we go to a home and sit down with a homeowner's utility bills. Normally we ask that they get together 12 months, their previous 12 months utility bills. And Mark, we're the first ones to tell people if we don't think a solar system will work for them. So we try to find homeowners that have a minimum monthly electric bill of $150 or more.
Okay, if you own your home, your bill's $150 a month or more. Be one of the first 15 callers, and a representative will come out to your house and not only explain to you in about less than half an hour, they'll give you a free $50 Visa gift card for the first 15 callers. Absolutely free. The gift card is yours to keep. You make 50 bucks on the deal just by listening to what Artie and Solar Alliance of America have to say. I've got a system. My neighbors do. My parents do. And believe me, I never would have sent Artie to my parents' house if I didn't think that this was a slam dunk, folks. So give Artie a call, Solar Alliance of America. Be one of the first 15 callers and cash in at the same
Mark,
time.
it's really a question of whether you're going to pay for the system and own it, or you're going to pay for the system and not own it. These are monies that are designated. People are going to have to pay utilities. They're going to have to pay the federal government, and there are these fees that are built into their bills that are SDG&E, as you know, writes the people a check within 30 to 45 days of the installation.
Right, and I got my money. You need to get yours and get your free electricity. For more information, you go to san diego6.com and you just click on San Diego Living. Thanks, Artie.